So surprisingly, this video didn't start with me waking up in bed and scrolling Twitter. I was actually editing a video about the Hawk to a meme coin that got a lot of people ripped off that I'm going to be uploading today as well. I'll put a link down below if you guys are interested. And I came across on Twitter that Fousey has a clip where he is now throwing a whole bunch of shade at Cenat and basically saying he's a bitch and he's scared to have him on his platform, which I kind of find disrespectful, funny, and weird all at the same time, and we'll kind of dive into why in a minute, but this was the clip that I came across.
The greatest streamer in the entire world. I swear to God, better than Cenat, better than everybody. I'll stand on that. I don't have the money Cenat has. I don't have the resources Cenat has. I don't have the team Cenat has. He could say, no, I'm saying this. No, this is no disrespect to Cenat. This is a fact. It's not hate. People's get too hurt. I'll say this to Kai's face. He's too stupid to have me on his stream, respectfully. He's too media trained, PR, Nike brand, McDonald's to have someone like me. And he copes behind, oh, I don't want you to embarrass yourself. No, you don't. You don't want to f up your bag. You don't respect me enough as a man to go on your stream and know how the f to act. Kai, I've been doing this shit since 2011. You came to my tour. No, I'm going to say this. Kai, you took a picture with me. They're so PG-13. All of them. Suck my dick. You're in my game. I don't know y'all people shit. Fake ass Twitch view botters. Y'all on Twitch acting like you don't view bot.
Now, I will start out by saying he's not wrong. I do think that he's a brand risk, and I think that it's not smart for Kai to put him on his stream. But Kai himself has already responded to him saying this in another clip and explained exactly why he doesn't want to put him on his stream. And it's not really because he's a brand risk. It's more so that he used to look up to him and he kind of wants to protect him from doing dumb shit in front of a large audience like Kai brings in. And it's the truth. Like, this man crashes out on a regular basis. But I do also think from a business standpoint, it's not smart. Like, you have built up such an empire for yourself to put somebody on that you have no idea how they're going to act, what they're going to do, and if they're going to end up getting you in trouble and looked at in a goofy way or even banned. Is just not smart. It's just not smart. It's not something that I would do if I was in his position, but this is what Kai said about it.
Me knowing Fousey how he was years ago, imagine you're a kid, right? Imagine you watch YouTubers and shit and you see how they was and all that shit. Then imagine you have the opportunity for them to come on your stream after you already know what's going on, and then there's a possibility that he may embarrass himself. You feel me? I wouldn't want to do that.
Now, the reason why I'm making this video, and a lot of you guys are probably going to already know where I'm going with this, is if you watched his subathon, which I watched quite a bit of it. I want to give a shout out to Kai because that subathon was absolutely insane. 728,000 subscribers, which also goes back to the first clip I showed of Fousey where he also mentions view botting. And I don't know that he necessarily ties it to Kai, but it's in the same line of talking. And I'm pretty sure that that's what he's trying to allude to. It's clear that this man does not view bot. He gets crazy amounts of viewers legitimately. Now, obviously, all 728,000 subscribers are not separate people. There's a lot of gifted subs that go into subathons, but this man regularly has a lot of subs, crazy views. He brings on the biggest guests. There's nothing like that going on. So it's kind of crazy to even try to mention that. But during the subathon, Kai had a call with Fousey. When everybody was hating on him and distancing themselves, Kai allowed him to have a conversation with him on Discord and tried to give him his flowers and talk good of him. And now Fousey's mad because he can't get on his platform. And so everything he said is now going to flip and he's going to say the opposite. I mean, it's not really that crazy to expect that from Fousey. That's just kind of the shit that he does. He crashes out all the time. But this was a clip of the conversation that they had and the part where he basically gave Kai his flowers in the greatest way possible.
Cenat, God put you on this earth because you are a king of kings. You have control over 99% of the youth in this world, but you don't fill their brains with brain rot just to fill up your pockets. You inspire them, you motivate them, you hang out with them, you keep them off the streets, you keep them off of drugs. It's so much bigger than black and white. It's so much bigger than Twitch. You are put on this earth to be a leader. You are a leader. I wasn't a leader yesterday. Why? A leader isn't somebody who has to cuss out someone and punch them to be respected. A leader can be sitting back with a cigar in his mouth, smoking, smiling, getting his dick sucked, and all his employees are still doing what they're supposed to do. You're that guy. You're younger than me. You met me on my tour. How the fuck do you get bigger than me and inspire me again and be like, you know what? Kai went to the top. I ain't staying down here. We up. I'm coming.
Hey, what I tell you about? Hey! hey.
And funny enough, that wasn't the only clip. I have another one, and there's probably multiple out there that I've not even seen, but here's another clip where he gives him his flowers.
The only person who is at the top of the 1%, makes the most money, but puts the most time and effort into his content is Cenat. And that's why he deserves all of his flowers. Because Cenat knows he can sit on his desktop all day, talk about jack shit, and make the millions he does. Instead, he showed us the greatest subathon Twitch has ever seen last year. And every day there was a carnival in his house. There was a new piece of content, hour by hour. He changed the game. He woke me up. He motivated me. I inspired him when he was a kid. He woke me up.
So it's crazy to me that you go from giving him all the props in the world to now saying that he's scared and he's a bitch because he doesn't want you on his platform. It's not like you're trying to expose some worldwide cult that's actually real and Kai is trying to hide from it. It's more so that you crash out on a regular basis. You get yourself banned off multiple platforms. You say some of the wildest shit out there, and it doesn't make sense to have you on his platform. Now, whether or not it's because of a brand risk, which I think that is a part of it, and I don't think that there's a problem with that. I think that's just smart business on Kai's part. I also believe that he doesn't want you to look stupid in front of people. There was a clip, I can't find it right now, but it was a while back where he actually looked at an old video of himself, and he had a picture of him and Fousey above his bed that he had taken when he was a kid and he met Fousey. So obviously he looks up to you, he respects you, and it's sad to see somebody that he respects and that inspired him, who now claims that you're inspired by Kai, but you just come out your face and just start talking shit about him. And I think that in all reality, he is also trying to protect you because he was willing to have that call with you when everybody was throwing you under the bus. And yet this is the way that you respond and you treat him. And I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Like, I act like it's the biggest thing in the world, but this is Fousey. This is kind of what we expect at this point. I guess it's just kind of sad to me because you come off like the scorned ex-girlfriend, like the person who claims, oh, he didn't buy me enough stuff. He didn't bring me to the right restaurants and all this other shit, when in all reality, they treated you perfectly fine. And you just mad about a few little dumb things because you didn't get your way in every single situation. The truth is, you would be welcome on his stream if you would just stop crashing out. That's the answer. You can't blame the person who doesn't want to put you on their platform. You have to look inward and blame yourself for the way that you act and the things that you're doing. Now, I don't think that it's really going to be something Fousey can change because he definitely deals with different mental illnesses. I don't know exactly what his diagnoses are. We've talked about this in past videos, and I always advocate for mental health awareness. So I do feel for him to an extent, but at the same time, he continues to go off his medication, which is something that happens to people that have different illnesses like schizophrenia or some of these other ones. They take their medicine, they feel fine, and they're like, I don't need it no more. And I don't blame them necessarily because there are a lot of crazy side effects that come with them. So when all of the stuff that you're taking it for goes away, but you have these horrible side effects left, it's kind of common sense to be like, well, I don't want to take it anymore. I'm fine now. But then you go right back down that road because the illness doesn't leave. It's just kind of masking it, so to speak, or keeping it at bay. And so when you stop taking them, you go right down that path again. Now with Fousey, I think it's more of a rare situation where even if he takes his medicine, I don't know that he's ever going to be regular or 100% or however you want to look at it. And I mean, most people in those situations aren't. But the reason why I think that he continues to go down this bad path is because he's doing something that the normal person that deals with these mental illnesses is not doing. He's streaming. He's in front of a crazy amount of people. He's online. He's a well-known person. And so that comes with a certain level of stress and just nonstop on the go activity type shit. And I just think that that's not good for his mental health. I think Fousey would be extremely successful if he stopped streaming, distanced himself from the internet, took his medication and just focused on his life. I think that that would end up being the best case scenario for him. But I don't know that that's ever going to happen because he is the one in power. He's the one with the name that can bring in money, that can make money for people around him. And so no one around him is going to suddenly say, hey, stop paying me and giving me a job. I'll go back to doing my 9 to 5. You shouldn't be doing this. No one's going to say that to him. And if you do, he may just fire you. So then you lose your job and he continues to do that shit anyway. So it's a really weird situation with him. And I don't know how this is going to end. I just hope it doesn't end with anything bad happening to him or anybody else. I worry for him, but at the same time, he's kind of asking for a lot of the shit that happens to him. So just wanted to talk about that. Down below in the description, I will also have my video for the Hawk 2 meme coin and all the shit that's going on around that if you guys are interested. And I will catch you in the next one, homies.